I'm not a shitty person, but I'm about to do a shitty thing. And you will hate me, and some other people will hate me, but I'm going to do it anyway to protect you and also myself. This will sound like an excuse, but I have something called prosopagnosia, which means I can't recognize faces. Not even the faces of the people I love. Not even my mom, not even myself. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers, people who don't mean anything to you because you don't know their names or histories. Then imagine going to school or work, or worse, your own home, where you should know everyone, only the people there look like strangers too. That's what it's like for me. I walk into a room and I don't know anyone. That's every room, everywhere. I get by on how a person walks, by gestures, by voice, by hair. I learn people by identifiers. I tell myself Dusty has ears that stick out and a red-brown afro, and then I memorize this fact so it helps me find my little brother. But I can't actually call up an image of him and his big ears and his afro unless he's in front of me. Remembering people is like this superpower everyone seems to have but me. Have I been officially diagnosed? No. And not just because I'm guessing this is beyond the pay grade of Dr. Bloom, town pediatrician. Not just because for the past few years my parents have had more than their share of shit to deal with. Not just because it's better not to be the freak, but because there's a part of me that hopes it isn't true. That maybe it will clear up and go away on its own. For now, this is how I get by. Nod/smile at everyone. Be charming. Be on. Be hilarious. Be the life of the party, but don't drink. Don't risk losing control. That happens enough when sober. Pay attention. Do whatever it takes. Be lord of the douche. Anything to keep from being the prey. Always better to hunt than be hunted. I'm not telling you all this as an excuse for what I'm about to do, but maybe you can keep it in mind. This is the only way to stop my friend from doing something worse, and it's the only way to stop this stupid game. Just know that I don't want to hurt anyone. That's not why. Even though that's the thing that's going to happen. Sincerely yours, Jack. P.S. You're the only person who knows what's wrong with me. Oh. That, my friends, is the letter you first see when you open this book, Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. That's the first thing you read. So it pretty much sets up what's about to happen. This is the official book review for Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. And it's actually a funny story how I received this advance copy. I went to BookCon in Chicago, as most of you know, and my boyfriend managed to get so many books for me, so many advance copies. He's just number one for doing that. And he was in line for Jennifer Niven's signing of Holding Up the Universe. And when he gave it to me, he said that she signed it as Kevin. And I was perfectly fine with that. I wasn't upset about it. I mean, it's still an advance copy. And I tweeted about it, and she sent me a direct message saying she was sorry about it because it was so loud at the event. So she personally sent me another copy with my name in it, and I just thought it was a funny situation for that to happen. But she was such a sweetheart about it, and I'm so glad I still got an advance copy of this book because this book is everything. So in the beginning of the book, we are introduced to Jack, and he has a rare condition called prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia. It means that he can't recognize faces, he can't recognize his own family. He has to go on gestures or physical attributes that he can remember. I've definitely never heard of this disease before, so to find out about it through a book is really interesting. And it actually said some celebrities and famous people have it, like Brad Pitt, but I've never heard of Brad Pitt having it, so I kind of want to look that up just to see if it's really true. I can only imagine how tough that would be to live with that kind of disease. We then meet Libby, who has been labeled the fattest teen in America. She was trapped in her house, and a whole bunch of firefighters, policemen, EMTs, they had to cut her out of her house and use a crane to get her out because she was just stuck. And the whole neighborhood was watching when this happened, and it was very embarrassing for her. She was living in seclusion after that. She was seeing doctors and psychologists everywhere to try and get her confidence back and to try and lose weight. She does end up losing a couple 100 pounds, and this causes her to go back to public school. And what's really interesting about her is that she is nervous, she doesn't have that much confidence, but she doesn't lose her sass. She definitely has a mouth on her, especially when it comes to the bullies, because even though the bullying does bother her, she still has a snappy comeback. And it's just amazing because you don't see that with a lot of people who don't have that much confidence, but she definitely keeps a part of her personality with herself when she goes back to the public school. She really knows how to deal with the bullies, but still hurts her what they say. She definitely has a mouth on her, especially when it comes to the bullies, because even though the bullying does bother her, she still has a snappy comeback. And it's just amazing because you don't see that with a lot of people who don't have that much confidence, but she definitely keeps a part of her personality with herself when she goes back to the public school. She really knows how to deal with the bullies, but still hurts her what they say. She ends up finding old news articles and little notes in her locker from some mysterious person. And it's really sad because they're writing to her, you are not wanted, who would want you? And just reminding her of what happened. And it's hard for her to deal with that. And it's really sad because why would a person want to do that? Why would someone want to bully someone just for how they look? And we all go through that. I think we all go through that some days. So the chapters go back and forth between Jack and Libby, and the two actually meet when he plays a cruel joke on her called the Fat Girl Rodeo. He literally grabs her and attempts to hold on to her, hence using the word rodeo, and she ends up punching him in the face. And that's really when their story truly begins, because after that it's just a big roller coaster. But it's really interesting to see how their relationship plays out. In every contemporary read, their relationship isn't perfect from the beginning. There's going to be some struggles, some fighting, but they actually get close to each other. And I don't want to reveal any spoilers, but it's really sweet how they interact with each other and how they learn to trust each other. And they take these adventures and they actually talk about their struggles. Like she will talk to him about her old life and how big she was, and he will talk to her about his disease and how no one knows except for her. So it's really sweet that they trust each other to talk about things like this. I finished this book in just a couple of days, and I did not want to tear myself away from it. It was so hard to go to sleep without, reading more. But this book was so beautiful and so heartbreaking and so powerful. And this is definitely something that you guys need to put on your shelf come October. If you are struggling to get back into contemporary reading, this will definitely help you because it just has that emotional feel to it that you want from a contemporary read. And this definitely got me back into contemporary reading because I've been stuck with just, the fantasy reading. But this really stuck with me, and this was just a beautiful story, and I'm so glad I got the chance to get this advanced copy in Chicago. But it's literally 1,000,000 stars. I wish I could give more on Goodreads, but there's only 5 stars I can give. But this book is really everything. It will get you back into contemporary reading. It will get you back into reading. You will literally have a book hangover from this. In a good way. But Holding Up the Universe is a wonderful read. It is powerful, it is emotional, it's heartbreaking, and it's definitely one that will be remembered. Thank you guys for watching my book review. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, like my page on Facebook, and you can follow me on Snapchat. The link will be in my Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!